SNAP recipients could soon lose their benefits due to expanded work requirements. More from Feeding San Diego.
The State Department with a travel advisory for folks heading into Mexico, plus the things you should and should not bring if you're crossing the border.
Low vaccination rates have local doctors concerned about what could potentially be the worst flu season in decades.
It's the annual Tree of Life ceremony commemorating World AIDS Day. We catch up with the organizers as to why this event is so important for San Diego.
McDonald's is collecting donations for children at an orphanage in Tijuana. How you can get involved.
Happy holidays! Vista's Toy Man does it again for 508 families in need.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts right now.
We begin tonight with new rules for requirements for federal food assistance that just took effect today and will impact millions of SNAP recipients. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Anna Laurel. Recipients now have to meet new work requirements to keep their benefits. CBS 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from Feeding San Diego's headquarters. Alex, there are more than 400,000 people who get CalFresh benefits in San Diego County. What do they need to know?
Well, they need to know that as part of the One Big Beautiful Bill, so-called, that was happening this summer, that there's going to be more requirements and more people are going to have to work to get those same CalFresh benefits. Also, some groups of people that were previously exempt are now not, which some say is creating a larger barrier for food assistance. It's another busy day at Feeding San Diego.
Removing certain individuals.
Sam Duke says their demand has gone up by 20% since July, and now with expanded SNAP benefit work requirements, that demand may go up even more.
It'll create barriers for those on SNAP benefits, and that may require them to turn to nonprofits like ourselves to access additional food resources.
The so-called One Big Beautiful Bill that was passed this summer expands the age limit for able-bodied people to receive benefits from 18 to 54 up to now 64. It also requires recipients to work 80 hours a month, do 20 hours of community service a month, or be part of a work education program. It also removes groups that were previously exempt from work requirements.
Homeless, veterans, as well as youth aging out of foster care. So again, new barriers that these community members may have to face.
These are all very common sense reforms.
State Assemblyman Carl DeMaio says the expanded work requirements are common sense changes and is a better way for those receiving benefits to improve their lives and eventually get off welfare.
It's all about challenging people who are getting public assistance to improve their lot so they don't have to be on the dole, on the taxpayer expense.
Carl says those receiving federal benefits should have to help the taxpayers they're benefiting from.
All they have to do is get a job, go and volunteer in the community, or go to school. Are you telling me that people should not be required to at least give something back in exchange for public taxpayer-funded welfare?
Feeding San Diego is now concerned thousands of people could be dropped from SNAP benefits.
And I believe there will be people that will be dropped just because they may not be able to meet that new requirement due to other existing conditions they're already facing.
A Congressional Budget Office report says that almost 2.4 million Americans may be at risk of losing their benefits because of these changes. I'm Alex Cheney, CBS 8.
All right, Alex, thank you. A winter storm is causing headaches for people heading home from their Thanksgiving travels.
We were at San Diego International Airport today, where travelers told us their experience had been fairly smooth. The hope is for that trend to continue, especially as holiday-related travel continues over the coming weeks. Officials at San Diego International say they saw their busiest day of the Thanksgiving travel period yesterday when an estimated 90,000 people passed through the airport. The biggest recommendation for travelers is to check their flight's status before you even head out to the airport.
All right, speaking of travel, Mexico is a popular vacation spot this time of year for San Diegans. But tonight, the State Department is warning all travelers heading south to exercise increased caution.
CBS 8's Steve Price joins us live from the border with more on the warning and specific areas that people need to avoid. Steve.
Yeah, Carlo and Anna, these advisories range from a level 1 up to a level 4. Now, most of the popular places that San Diegans like to visit, they are in the 2 to 3 range. For example, Cabo San Lucas is a 2, but Tijuana right behind me is a 3. The new warnings came shortly after this, a drone attack in Tijuana where homemade explosive devices were dropped in a parking lot of the anti-kidnapping unit in Tijuana, damaging 6 cars. The State Department warning Americans to exercise increased caution when heading into Mexico this winter travel season due to terrorism, crime, and kidnapping, with certain areas considered more dangerous than others. Tijuana, Rosarito, and Ensenada, popular spots for San Diegans, are now listed as a level 3 advisory, meaning you should reconsider travel to those spots. Their reasoning: criminal groups fight for control in border areas, adding territorial disputes between criminal organizations can injure or kill bystanders, and that U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents have been victims of kidnapping. Puerto Vallarta is also under this level, but the tourist areas have increased police presence and are generally safer from violent crime. Baja California Sur, which includes Cabo San Lucas and La Paz, is listed as a level 2 advisory, meaning you should exercise increased caution, but it is generally safe for tourists. Mexico City, Oaxaca, and Veracruz are also listed under this advisory. Here is a list of level 4 advisories, meaning do not travel under any circumstances. They include Colima, Guerrero, and Michoacan, areas not generally frequented as vacation spots by San Diegans. Regardless of where you go in Mexico, the State Department has these reminders. All travelers to Mexico need a passport book or card to enter Mexico. All guns and even small amounts of ammunition, used shells, empty magazines, knives, fireworks, and explosives, daggers, swords, and brass knuckles are illegal. Drug possession and use, including medical marijuana, is illegal in Mexico. They also recommend enrolling in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, a free service that makes it easier for U.S. officials to contact you in case the area you're in is becoming more dangerous. And if you do find yourself needing help, like here in the States, you can call 911 in Mexico for emergencies. The bottom line here, just use common sense. Stay in the tourist popular areas. Don't wear flashy jewelry and don't drive at night. Carlo and Anna.
Thank you, Steve. A growing memorial sits outside a Stockton area banquet hall following a deadly mass shooting at a child's birthday party over the weekend. And tonight, police are still looking for the person or people behind the attack. At least 4 were killed, 3 of them young children. 11 others were hurt. Police say up to 150 people were inside the hall celebrating when the shots were fired. Investigators believe this was a targeted attack, but have released very little information about who they are looking for.
We're confident that this was not a random act. They walked into this area and was probably looking for somebody in particular. Why they did that, what they're part of, who they are, we don't know. But this was not somebody who was unacquainted with them.
A candlelight vigil was held for the victims last night. Police are asking anyone with information to please come forward.
New tonight, local doctors are sounding the alarm. Vaccination rates are low and flu cases are surging. Some say we could be heading into one of the worst flu seasons in decades. CBS 8's Shannon Handy has a breakdown of the numbers and why experts say now is the time to get vaccinated.
Historically, we see a spike in both flu and COVID cases after the Thanksgiving holiday. Doctors tried to get the word out about getting vaccinated beforehand, but so far only a small fraction of San Diegans have done so.
Unfortunately, I think people feel tired of getting their vaccines.
Dr. Pia Panaraj is an infectious disease specialist at Rady Children's Hospital. She says that vaccination fatigue is especially concerning during the holiday season when more people get together, making it easier for the flu and COVID to spread.
We expect a rough season this year, so we just don't want people who we know can be protected against the diseases to be infected.
According to county health records, right now only 7.3% of eligible San Diegans are vaccinated against COVID. For flu, the rate is higher at 23.2%. Those numbers have steadily been on the rise, but they're not at levels doctors would like to see.
The elderly and then young children are still getting very sick from COVID. Flu also is definitely no joke.
During the month of November, flu cases spiked in San Diego County. They typically peak in late December December, so numbers are expected to rise. Doctors are bracing for a bad flu season following last year's. It was the most severe in over a decade, with 220 recorded deaths, including 7 children.
We're worried that we're going to see more than usual because not as many people have gotten the vaccines this year.
While the flu shot doesn't offer 100% protection, Dr. Ponaraj says it helps reduce severe illness and hospitalization significantly. We asked her about its protection against a new flu strain called subclade K. She says, while it's not a perfect match, it's better than nothing at all.
There's some data coming out of the UK that shows that in children, it's 70% protective against hospitalization. In adults, it's only about 30% effective. But that's against hospitalization, probably more effective against ICU stay or death.
Both the flu and COVID vaccines are recommended for people 6 months and older. You can find them at your doctor's office, local pharmacy, as well as county-run health centers and community clinics.
It takes about 2 weeks for it to work. Go out there and get the vaccines now.
Shannon Handy, CBS 8.
Thanks, Shannon. The Library Foundation SD is turning the page on a new chapter for the former Mission Hills Library building.
That's where the nonprofit is opening an independent bookstore called the Library Shop Mission Hills. It features new books for all ages, works by local authors, and even a banned book section.
This is going to be a little bit of a different space. It's going to have programming. It's going to have speakers. So it's not just a bookstore. It's going to be so much more, just like libraries are, so much more.
The shop is open 7 days a week, and all proceeds will help support San Diego's public libraries that recently just went through budget cuts and reduced hours. Independent bookstores really bring a charm that you cannot put into an online shopping cart.
Absolutely, and a bookstore, an in-person, tangible. They're great to go walk through.
Yeah.
All right, if you're in the giving spirit, we're going to share how you can help make the holidays brighter for some people in need.
We've got those details still ahead, plus the fast approaching deadline for anyone hoping to cash in on federal clean energy tax credits.
An event honoring World AIDS Day. A live look from Hillcrest.
And we are looking at pretty quiet conditions out there as we cruise into tonight. You have a temperature of 60 degrees for downtown. Some light winds out there. Getting away from the Santa Ana winds are picking up earlier today, but they are looking to be back in the forecast later this week. Details, they're ahead.